Welcome to the HomeKit Show. This week, we're going to talk about the HomePod Mini, Eve, and bring in Thread support, along with what Thread actually is, and Roku and HomeKit support. Hi, welcome back. My name's John, and if you're new around here, then this channel is basically dedicated to everything HomeKit, news, reviews, and tutorials. So if you are into HomeKit or you are thinking of getting into the Apple Smart Home platform, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button. But also check out our social channels at Follow HomeKit and also HomeKitAuthority.com, where we post regular HomeKit news, reviews, and tutorials. So don't forget to check them out in the description below. So the first big news of this week is the HomePod Mini has started to ship out to customers. Now, I know people that I've been speaking to have started to get shipping details, so they should be arriving this week. And there also was a host of reviews that came out. I will be putting out my own review, and that will cover everything from the design, setup, how it works with Siri, and also stereo pairing, HomeKit, and also talking about some of the details around Thread and what this device will do for the future. So don't forget to subscribe and also check out that video when it lands later this week. Now, the HomePod Mini sells for £99 or $99 or €99, depending on where you're from, and it's already sold out. In the UK in particular, you're not really going to get one this side of Christmas, and that is either down to supply issues because of the global pandemic, or simply these are just simply flying off the shelves, which is only a good thing for Siri, HomeKit, Smart Home, and the Apple ecosystem. So hopefully you've been able to get your hands on one and you're going to be able to use it within your HomeKit home. If you've not, then you are going to be, unfortunately, it looks like it is going to be a long wait. But my personal view is I think Apple will pull things in closer to Christmas because they've got to really sell this device, especially into the Christmas run. Now, following on from the HomePod Mini supporting Thread is HomeKit manufacturer Eve has announced that Thread support is coming to several of its HomeKit enabled accessories later this month via a software update. The supported products include the Eve door and window sensor and the EU version of the Eve Energy. Firmware updates for the Eve Aqua and the Eve Thermo will follow shortly later this year. I started talking about Thread after the HomePod Mini was announced and Thread support in general. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit later on in the HomeKit show about Thread and what that actually means. It essentially is going to be a great thing for smart home, but HomeKit in particular. Now, Thread enabled firmware updates will start rolling out later this month, and the following devices are supported: the Eve Aqua 2nd generation, the Eve door and window sensor 3rd generation, the Eve Energy 4th generation, and the Eve Thermo 4th generation. Now, it's interesting that the UK version and the US version of the Eve Energy is not included. Eve expects firmware updates for the current generation of Eve Aqua and the Eve Thermo later this year. You can check if your device is compatible via the link in the description below. If you don't already own any of these products, it's worth checking out. And again, there's some links in the description below. In addition to this, Eve seemed to be on a roll. Last week, they released adaptive lighting for their light strip product. And I'm going to be doing a full review on the light strip, including HomeKit adaptive lighting. So don't forget to check that out and also subscribe to the YouTube channel. So following Roku's announcement in September that several of its streaming products would support HomeKit and AirPlay 2, the company has now released Roku OS 9.4 to deliver on that promise. The upgrade brings Apple AirPlay 2 and HomeKit support to select devices, which include the Roku Ultra, Roku Stream Bar, the Smart Soundbar, the Streaming Stick Plus, and Roku Premiere. Apple AirPlay 2 and HomeKit is expected to be rolled out to 4K Roku TVs later this week. HomeKit support for Roku devices allows customers to easily and securely control their devices with the Home app or using their voice using Siri control. You can achieve this using an iOS device, HomePod or HomePod Mini, Mac, or Apple Watch. Additionally, with AirPlay 2, can stream content from their iPhone, iPad, or Mac directly to these devices. Now, the update is available via a free firmware update for existing customers. if you're not already a user of these devices, then you can buy these Roku Ultra, the Roku Stream Bar, and various different other devices that support it. And there's links in the description below that'll take you to a retailer. So next up is Thread and Thread support and what this actually is. Now, I don't mean the name Fred as in the guy Fred, I mean Thread as in needle and thread. But seriously, what it really is a wireless protocol that I've been talking about since the HomePod Mini was first announced, and it's now started to become popular over the last couple of weeks with lots of different publications and people talking about this support. But that being said, it's not something that's new. It's actually been around for many years, and it's only since the likes of Apple, Google, and Amazon have started to become part of the chip group in order to push this particular standard forward. Now, Thread itself is a unique way of connecting devices. With Bluetooth devices, then it's a point-to-point connection between the device, and it's sometimes limited with how it works. Similar to with Zigbee and Z-Wave, you need a hub in order to connect these devices, and then it's really dependent on that hub. However, with Thread, it's not necessarily hub dependent. It still needs a hub, particularly with HomeKit, in order to connect all the devices together. But the real beauty of this is there's no real single point of failure. So as you add more Thread devices to your network, what essentially happens is they all repeat off each other and create a mesh, similar to how mesh Wi-Fi works. The other real benefit, it's low energy as well. So devices that run off batteries will be able to run for a lot longer. The other thing is they allow connectivity between different manufacturers' devices. Now within HomeKit, the real benefit is that we'll start to see less hubs required in the home. If you're running, say, a HomePod Mini that's got Thread support and you've got devices such as the Eve Energy in your home, you won't need a hub like you don't need now. But if Philips Hue adopt this, then it will mean that you don't need the Philips Hue bridge, which will be great news for those people that have got a lot of smart home devices, that if you have just got one hub, then this is what a lot of people have been asking for. Now, the other real benefit is how it all connects. So for instance, if you've got an Eve Aqua out in the garden that currently connects via Bluetooth, then you sometimes might find that falls off the network depending on the placement of your HomeKit hub or your phone, for instance. But if you're using Thread support, if you've got an Eve Aqua in the garden and you say have got a Eve Energy or a Eve Degree inside the house, then these will all connect together and string together to create a mesh. And the more devices you add, the stronger your network is. So it actually is a benefit by adding more devices, but also if one of your devices go down, it then piggybacks on the next device. So these issues with Bluetooth that some people find when using those devices should go away with Thread. And this will be a real benefit for hubless type manufacturers like Eve that produce devices that don't need a hub but will use Thread support in the future. Another important aspect is security. The security standard is banking grade security, and this is going to be really good for privacy conscious people. And you also can connect up to 250 devices. So Thread support coming with the HomePod Mini is going to be great for HomeKit. This is really the dream that HomeKit users have been looking for, to have one device that's the center of the HomeKit home and being able to not have multiple hubs and a very strong network in order to run these devices. And lastly, it just all works. You don't have to set anything up. Once you've added the HomeKit accessory to your network and it's Thread compatible, then it just automatically connects. And as I've already said, the more devices you add, the stronger your network becomes. So before you go today, I just want to give you some more information. There is a number of reviews coming out over the next week. First of all, the HomePod Mini review will be landing later this week. I'll also be releasing a review of the Miros garage door opener and the Miros smart power strip. All of these reviews will be on HomeKitAuthority.com and also on our YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and also follow our social channels at Follow HomeKit for when those land and you get notified. So guys, thank you very much. That's the end of this week's HomeKit show. Don't forget, if you've liked this show, give me a thumbs up as it's greatly appreciated. Got any questions or comments, leave it in the comments section below. Also, don't forget to subscribe, as that's really appreciated. And also check out our website, homekitauthority.com. Thank you very much. I'll speak to you soon.